All right, so to make a model based off a Google Map, the first thing you should do is always save your document. I saved mine as assignment 4 with my name, so make sure you save it. I already had it saved, so that's why it's asking me to replace it. Next step, click the button that looks like a map. And you can see here, I've searched in the past, 429 South Dora Street, which happens to be where South Valley High School is. 429 South Dora, Ukiah, California. If you just search that option there, what I'll do is I'll pull up whatever address you're looking at. And then you can zoom in and out to look at however much of the region you want. Now, since we're going to be kind of limited today, we're going to just find the area right around the school. I'm not even going to get much of the civic center here. One thing I do want to grab is the intersection. So I'm going to click select region. And now I've got these little pins in a box here. And what that allows me to do is to select an area around South Valley that I can choose to model. So I'm going to not grab too much extra stuff around the school. I just want to make sure I have the intersection and the main building of the school. And then there's a button that says grab. Click it, and it will put the map of the school in that region. Now, the first thing you want to do is kind of lay out where the roads are. So one of the problems is if you're not lined up, like let's say I choose my normal rectangle tool, if I'm not lined up exactly, I'm not going to be able to draw a rectangle that goes right along with the school. But in 2015, there's this new option called a rotated rectangle. Notice there's no shortcut for it, so you actually have to select it. So rotated rectangle. What that does is I'm going to zoom in here. I'm going to find the edge of the road, which looks like it's right about here. Okay, and I'm going to lay the first line on the edge of the road. See, I'm laying it all the way up. You see it just right along the edge of the sidewalk there. Click that. And then what that allows me to do is then make a rectangle that's already at the correct angle of the road. See, I got this nice little gray box right on top of the road now. I'm actually going to get rid of that. See, there's these two end pieces to the rectangle. I'm just going to delete them. And now I've just got two lines that make up the edge of the roads. And it's pretty close to where the edge of the roads actually are. I'm going to grab the rotated rectangle tool again. See, it's nice and clear right here where the edge of the road is, right along there. And I'm going to try to go all the way to the other edge where there's another clear spot and bring it over. Zoom in a little bit here. See, it's hard to tell where the edge of the road is sometimes. Notice I can move around with the tool using the hand or orbit tool to kind of grab to change my point of view without losing the object that I'm making. Grab the eraser tool again and go ahead and erase the ends and also the intersecting lines. Okay. Now, it's really hard to follow what's going on there, right? It's hard to see it. I'm going to show you a new tool. Go to Windows, Layer, and these are the different layers that we have. See how one of them is Google Earth Snapshot? If I uncheck that box, it still exists, but now all I see are the lines. Well, that makes it pretty helpful in making sure that I've got the lines where they're actually looking like they're supposed to. And I can click back and forth, bring that layer back without having to delete or undo whatever it is that I've just created. Okay. Next up, I'm going to try to make the corners here for the road. It's kind of hard to see, but you know from personal experience that that corner is actually round some. So grab the arc tool. And you can kind of eyeball this. There are ways to do it that are more exact, but eyeballing it works just fine. Yeah, it looks like there's a good curve right there. On face group, edit, remove those two things, and I can turn the snapshot off again and see now I got a nice rounded corner, because they don't make sharp corners. Well, most of the time they don't make sharp corners for Google. So now I'm going to try to do the same thing over here. And if you can see it, there's actually an option that says, that turns magenta. It says tangent to edge. That means it's actually going to be just right for what you want along the edge of the streets. Tangent means it touches just once. Check it again. One reason why I'm checking it back and forth is I'm making sure I didn't accidentally make an arc that's sticking up in the air. And then go over and I can continue doing this. After you've done that, what you'll want to work on next is the actual building. So rotated rectangles make this really easy because you can just go along one edge of the building and now it's all lined up. That's a little bit off, but that's okay. If you select the area with your mouse, you can hit delete, and now you just have the outside edges of the object, which allows us to do finer details, like see, that didn't work right. Like trying to match the faces there. There we go. Again, I can delete those gray areas, and I can delete this little shape here. Turn off Google Snapshot, and there we go. I kind of have a decent, doesn't look quite right, base to the building. Let's say it's 15 feet in the air. There we go. And now look, I've got my first building on the Google Earth. It's 3D and everything. All right. And that's how you do it.